Welcome to another reaction. We'll be reacting to 10 adults jokes hidden in popular animated movies. It'll be the regular video or channel will be in the description. Let's get into this. Hold up. Let's get into this.
When you watch an animated movie, you usually expect to see some fun characters starring in a colorful and usually kid-friendly world. While it is true that all of the movies on our list were designed for kids, the filmmakers definitely had some fun, including some sneaky adult jokes for the more mature audience members in the room to enjoy. For this video, we're taking a look at some of the more mature jokes hidden in your favorite animated movies. When you're done watching this video, be sure to go and check out the list our friends over at CBR just put out, highlighting some of the dirtiest jokes from animated kids flicks.
We'll follow that trail.
For now, sit back, relax, and enjoy our list of 10 adult jokes hidden in popular animated movies.
Incredibles.
The Incredibles. This one actually comes from a deleted scene where we see Syndrome in a discussion about the S on his chest with Jack's babysitter, who he is of course trying to trick.
Sitter? Yeah, sitter. Originally I was gonna have initials for babysitter, but then I would have been going around wearing a big BS, and you understand why I couldn't go with that.
This is a joke that likely slipped by a lot of kids in the audiences.
See? Go around wearing BS.
Oh, you don't see it?
This is exactly the type of clever, dirty joke that Disney loves to slip into their films to keep adults in the room. Osmosis Jones. Osmosis Jones is a very cool animated movie, and if you haven't seen it, we highly recommend it. The film journeys inside the human body for an adventure like no other, and the comedy that comes from this premise definitely packs a punch. While most of the jokes are designed for the whole family, there are definitely some moments specifically geared towards more mature audiences.
You got the chromosomes in all the right places.
In one scene, there's a statue marked The Founder, and it's pretty clearly supposed to be a sperm cell. This joke, while somewhat dirty, is actually just mostly very clever, and was likely appreciated by any and all adults in the room.
My goodness. What a remarkable legacy.
Robots. Back in 2005, 20th Century Fox put out a pretty great animated movie called Robots that took audiences to a world of robots to tell their story. The film is a lot of fun, and all of the clever robot versions of things from the human world were definitely appreciated by fans. One of these robot versions was more adult than all the others, and that was the baby making kit reference. The movie suggests that baby robots are made from kits, but the adult moment comes when the female robot says to her husband,
"Making the baby's the fun part."
This is a very funny double entendre, because while people think of sex, the screen shows the innocent make-your-own-baby kit. Ice Age. Although it's actually made by Fox, the Ice Age movie franchise has given us some pretty amazing stories and unforgettable characters. The prehistoric films have also delivered their fair share of sneaky adult jokes, and just like a lot of famous Disney movies, they made sure to include a joke about penis size. In the original 2002 Ice Age movie, Manny is talking to a crowd and exclaims,
"If my trunk was that small, I wouldn't draw attention to myself, pal."
In this particularly mature moment, Manny is pretty clearly substituting trunk for another similarly shaped male body part. Ice Age may be for kids, but this moment is definitely not.
Humans are disgusting.
Madagascar. In Madagascar, we get to meet some of the most hilarious animated animals of all time. However, there's a very sneaky adult moment from the original film that we're guessing only adults caught on to. This joke comes when Alex the lion and Marty the zebra reunite on the beach. Marty realizes that Alex is angry, and he turns around to react. But instead of actually swearing, he says,
"Oh, sugar honey iced tea."
"Oh, sugar honey iced tea." Adult viewers will pretty easily realize what the first letters of all those words spell out. This is a very fun and creative way of slipping some swearing into a kids movie. Bambi. Bambi is a Disney classic, and it's probably best remembered for the heartbreaking scene where we have to watch Bambi's mother die. While audiences were busy wiping their tears away, they may have missed the very funny adult joke that the filmmakers slipped into the film. In a moment when the two skunks finally kiss, the male skunk stiffens all the way up and starts to turn red. This hardening is clearly a dirty reference to what happens to the male anatomy when it's aroused. This moment was probably just funny for kids, but we're guessing that adults were probably taken aback by this mature joke. Beauty and the Beast. In the original animated version of Beauty and the Beast, Gaston is a total jerk, and we're guessing that the upcoming live-action adaptation will deliver a very similar character as well. We have to wonder, though, if they'll also keep the weirdly adult moment that Gaston shared with the audience, where he explained that he's never even heard of shaving his chest, or anything else. In the animated film, Gaston says,
"And every last inch of me's covered with hair,"
which could sound harmless if it wasn't for the super creepy wink that he adds in at the end of this sentence. We have to hope that Luke Evans will not be saying this bizarre line in the 2017 film.
Love your leg warmers.
Nice ass cut.
Toy Story 3. When Mr. Potato Head says,
"Hey, no one takes my wife's mouth, except me,"
this is actually probably one of the dirtiest and cleverest adult Disney jokes of all time, as it's extremely clear to adults but would likely go right over the head of any and all kids. This moment is also a very funny double entendre that plays off the running joke of the Potato Head characters constantly losing their body parts. We have to think that the writers that came up with this gaffe were probably very proud of it, and were likely giggling as they presented it to the producers. The Road to Eldorado. The Road to Eldorado follows the epically fun adventure of conquistadors Tulio and Miguel on their journey to Eldorado, and all of the trouble they get up to. The movie is pretty innocent, except for one moment that presents potentially the most dirty animated movie moment of all time. In this dirty moment, we see that Tulio and Chell have been hooking up, and because it's a kid's movie, we assume that they were just kissing. But when you take a closer, more adult look, you can totally see that the two animated stars were not just smooching, as the placement of Chell's head is a few feet lower than Tulio's face.
Shrek.
Now tell me, where are the others?
Eat me! I'll go for it.
Shrek. Near the beginning of the classic animated film Shrek, the titular green ogre and his sidekick Donkey are walking into the castle of Duloc to file some complaints, when out of nowhere Shrek drops one of the best adult jokes of all time. While the two characters marvel at the absolutely enormous castle, Shrek suggests
maybe he's compensating for something.
While kids probably didn't understand this at all, or maybe thought that Shrek was talking about Farquaad's height, mature audiences would have pretty easily understood this as the small penis joke that it was intended to be. This joke is great, and if you want to see some even dirtier jokes from Shrek, make sure you go check out the awesome video that our friends over at CBR just put out, all about dirty jokes hidden in kids' movies. While you're over there, make sure you subscribe to their channel and let them know that the good folks over at Screen Rant sent you. And that brings us to the end of our list of 10 adult jokes hidden in popular animated movies. Thanks for watching.
That was the video, and I'll be back with more. Follow me on Twitter at RJSwag2. Let's get it. Let's go.